Here we are with the final part of the 10-year simulation with AFC Crewe. There's been highs and there's been lows, and now we're going to find out what happens in the last 4 seasons of this simulation. So last time we saw a relegation, we've seen managers leaving. What we are hoping for now is some positive news from the new manager and the new players. So let's find out, really. After this, I'll be starting our Park to Prem save, and that should be lots of fun. We have lots of information now to smash it, and hopefully that will be all highs. So catch that coming soon. Enjoy this one, guys. Okay, so here we are for the final part of our AFC Crewe 10-year simulation, where we see how far this club can go. It's a fantastic community-owned club, can get up the pyramid if we just let Football Manager take the simulation. Obviously, in our last part, there was some bad news. Our manager resigned after a relegation, which was really sad, which also meant that all the original players and staff had now left the club. So, are we in good hands? We do not know of where they will take us for the final 4 season simulation that we're going to look at now. So, starting off, what we can see is that our season ticket holders have dropped off nearly by 50%. We had 80 season ticket holders 4 seasons ago at an average price around £55. We now have only 42 season ticket holders and at an average season ticket price of £47. So, first thing to look at is our manager situation. We know that Billy left us, and we then have some managers to deal with. Have they done as well? We'll find out. So, a big change here. Obviously, Billy was with us for 6 years and 19 days, won 2 leagues, won 2 cups, and also gained a promotion as well. Yeah, so fantastic 6 years. Devastating when he left. So he left, and we brought in Aidan Clark, who's just a regen in the game, who was in charge for 1 year, 327 days, but then he got sacked. So we'll find out in a minute why. That was then taken over by Ashley Jackson, who is a real player, a real person, not a regen. That's always good to see. So he's done a fair bit. If we look at his career stats, played. Around our level, a little bit higher. But yeah, so someone with a bit of experience, that was it. So an interesting hire there. So Ashley, but only was here for 166 days. So did it last year, and he was sacked before Christmas at the start of the season. Then the assistant manager obviously took over to caretaker position. We kept a bit interested in that. And then Jack Brown came and joined us in 2030. He was sacked after 1 year, 151 days. And he looks like he's also a regen, so no history on him to see. He was sacked, and in 2032, so only a season ago, Charlie, I'm not going to try and pronounce that name, who is a regen as well, he has taken the manager's seat. So a lot of management changes, considering 6 years, 9 days, stable with Billy, making progress, and then very much like modern football, just managers not making it to 2 years, and that is a shame. So let's see what actually happened with AFC Crewe and why they were sacked like that. So back when we left it was the 27-28 season. We were relegated, and that's when we saw Billy leave. We did bounce straight back up by what appears to be the playoffs, as we finished 5th in the Northern Premier League Division 1. We then got relegated from the Premier again. So the Premier is the highest that we achieved in the 10 years. We got relegated then. We did manage to just survive, the following season of that. And then in our last season, unfortunately, we got relegated again. into the back to the counties league, which was obviously the first division we operated into. So quite a big drop back down the pyramid, which is really disappointing. And we're not predicted to go up this season. So really disappointing there. Let's go and see if we can take a look at some of the league and league positions, maybe. Can't seem to find it on there. So Premier League Division 1. Have I spelled league correctly? We're West, I believe, aren't we? So yeah, so the one successful season in the last 4 years was the 2028-29 season, where to get in the league we were way off being the champions, but obviously fought very hard in the playoffs to do so. If we look at that, we beat Carlisle City 1-0 in the semi-final, and in the final we beat Padiham 1-0 as well. Played at a neutral venue. So that was the one successful season that we had, unfortunately. It's always disappointing. Obviously relegated again in the Premier, weren't we? And they're not really worth looking at themselves. Obviously, all our players have left that we know of. There's no one really standing out. No one certainly came back to us from that position. If you have a quick look at some of our original players, see how they finished up. Christian Hull, he did say he would one day manage us in real life. He is now a coach, so it looks like he has finished his football career. He was at Wembley, I believe, the last time we looked at him. Moved on to Molesley, then Stansted, and then finished his career off at Cove, and is currently looking for employment as a coach. Next up was Dino Messam. Looks like he has also finished his career. He's now the under-18s manager at Harleston Town under-18s. He was at Wembley last time we've seen him. He then went to Rusthull to finish his career, and with good average ratings, all above 7.27 in his first season, so not bad there. Lee Robinson was our player who made it to Tranmere. He would have retired by now, and looks like that's not him, clearly. It would have been bad if that was him. We're going to our rivals. He may have not taken up a. Oh no, he's still playing. He actually is still playing. At 37 years old. Obviously, he was at Tranmere. He was our League 2 Football League player who managed to get there as a emergency backup keeper, but fair play, taking the money. Moved to Harrogate in the Vanarama National. Again, appears to be as a sub keeper, and now he's at Prescott, still as a sub keeper, but still going strong, or at least still going. Haley. So that's it really for there. In terms of the scouting team, we always keep a look on them. Obviously, our Charlie's our chief scout in real life. Moved to Nuneaton Borough, still at Nuneaton Borough. I don't really say. Obviously, the last name's Chris. He was looking for a job. Did he ever find? I think I'm spelling his name right. It looks like he may have quit football. He's working in Matalan now, selling clothes apparently. So that's Chris. Jack Osborne, he was over at Russian Diamonds. Doesn't appear to be in it anymore. Yeah. Doesn't look great for the staff teams. Maybe they've moved on to new things. It is difficult down here. So, quite a disappointing end to this simulation. But what it does show for anyone doing any parked Prems or playing AFC Crewe in our database, which by the way is now on the workshop in Steam if you want to get that. Just search AFC Crewe. Is that you will make a difference, yeah? The simulation shows that, yeah, we start off strong, but then we fall off. So as the player managers, you are going to have to play good tactics, find good players, and carry on pushing us up the league. So please make sure you do. Also, it's always nice to see other people's saves stuff, so make sure you share them where you can. Everyone's always interested in them. So yeah, so that was my 10-year simulation. Kind of glad it's over, so I now can use this information and start my own part 2 Prem, which will be coming soon. So thank you very much, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Wow, so only one word fits there really, and that's awful. I wasn't expecting it, to be honest. I knew a change of manager to a regen probably wasn't going to be great, but I thought there were still enough legs in the team potentially to carry on with some progression, but that was quite a large drop. But what that does show for anyone playing their own save is that don't take anything for granted. Try and keep hold of some of the original players because they've clearly got some legs in them. And obviously, if you get rid of all them, you've got to find the quality to replace them. And if you don't, well, I think that happens. And yeah, it was sad to see, but it's good to know for me. I'm going to start on part 2 Prem next. I now know, hopefully not what to do, and hopefully I'll be in the Premier League in no time at all. So, talk to you soon, guys.